Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about iOS 14.6, what we're seeing, and then talk to you about 4 things that you can do right now that can help your account be in a better position as we go through this wonderfully volatile time together as an industry. The first couple of things to mention is that it is here. We are officially feeling the actual results of the update. And before April 26th, around that time, we didn't feel a big drop off. Now we are. So that is the first thing. That drop off is coming on the heels of 95% of people opting out. I've heard 94%, 96%, but basically somewhere between 94 and 96% of people, so we'll call it 95%, have opted out of being tracked on iOS devices. So essentially half the platform just went dark. It doesn't mean that ads are not showing. Ads are showing to these people just like normal, and in fact at a higher frequency, I believe, than they have been. Every 3 posts now there's an ad. That was not the case before. I don't know the stats on exactly how many ads per post, but this has been something that the whole team has kind of felt heating up. And so as ads continue to be shown, that means that people will continue to take action. But now we're left here trying to understand, okay, but how do we find out what actions they're taking, and actually what do we do with that from an optimization standpoint? So talking more specifically about exactly what we're seeing, about 2 weeks ago, I'm filming this on July 8th, we did see just a drop off of trackable ROAS. It, overall, on average, our trackable ROAS dropped about 85% across all of our clients, but then it slowly rebounded right after that. So talking to Thursday before July 4th weekend, we started seeing a rebound on ROAS, and honestly following along with forums and other big media buyers in the industry, it seems that everyone has seen the same. So there's things happening on the back end of Facebook's algorithm right now that are being updated, and they seem to be having a very positive effect. Some of that is the modeled data that Facebook is now using, but we're very happy to see this kind of rebound of some of the data so that we can try to understand and optimize our campaigns accordingly. The last bit of news to really get into is that we have not seen the same drop off, not even close, if at all, on the Shopify side for our clients. Most of our clients use Shopify, I'll say, on the e-commerce side. So e-commerce revenue has not fallen off, if at all, even close to the same rate that the trackable ROAS and sales have in Facebook's platform. So this is awesome news. This means that just because everyone went dark doesn't mean that ads aren't still showing and that people aren't still taking action, and that's actually seen in the data on the e-commerce side for our clients. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do. Number 1 is that you should start plotting your e-commerce data. So most of our clients, again, use Shopify. If you're using Shopify, awesome. If you're using another platform, export your data on a day-over-day number of sales, day-over-day high-level ROAS, revenue, high-level revenue, and then do the same on Facebook side, but do it with spend, with number of sales, and with revenue, and do this day over day from April 1st or before, and look at the curve. The rate that curve of Shopify sales is going down is your rate of inefficiency with your current ad program, assuming that you are accounting for seasonality with your business and any other micro trends. So if July is typically a lower month for you and you're dropping by about 10%, this doesn't mean that your ad program is 10% inefficient now because of iOS. It could just be because seasonally that's your time. So you could be at a completely flat rate where you're not losing any inefficiency. Now, if you are, let's say, a Facebook and Instagram only business, that's the only way you're getting traffic, probably you are feeling this a little bit on the efficiency side. And so if your rate of Shopify sales is going down by, I don't know, 15, 20%, you can be pretty sure that that is some loss of efficiency due to the lack of data and the lack of targeting abilities on the platform. The number 2 thing that you can do is turn up the heat testing. We can no longer trust that the algorithm knows best completely. I think that there's probably a lot of data coming in from the organic side of Facebook and Instagram that now they're using like never before. I think the reach is going up pretty drastically across the platform, which helps, but it still doesn't mean that the algorithm knows best. So testing all of the placements, especially the feeds and stories, and breaking that out between Instagram and Facebook, testing interest audiences. Interest audiences are hitting like never before. Lookalikes seem to have lost a lot of steam, so get out of what you've always known works best on Facebook and get into the, okay, this is a new realm, we've got to test everything. So testing a lot of creative as well, that's super important. And talking about creative, that is number 3. It is very important for you to get hyper granular with how you're looking at messaging, because as the ads are showing to a more general audience, you're going to want the user to be able to self-identify with the ad, and you've got to know now that your ad is going to be showing to more general audiences. So how do you want to present yourself to that? If you can't hyper target, your messaging might need to be different. So it's really important to test a lot of different messaging sets and to look at things like CPC, CPM, CTR. So just to be clear, cost per click, CPM, which is your cost, and then click-through rate, to be able to judge what kind of messagings and creatives or messaging angles, I should say, and creatives are doing better than others in a more general audience setting. Number 4, last but not least, remember that your audience sizes are going to be smaller. So especially on warm audiences, as you start testing more and more audiences, understand that if traditionally you've done those 3-day and 7-day and 14-day audiences, those are going to be a small amount of people. If 50% of those audiences can no longer be targeted, that create some really small audiences whenever you have those short time frames. So open those warm audiences up, test some video views, test some engagement audiences on Instagram and Facebook, test some time on site on longer time frames, and even get your site visitors, your view contents, and your add to carts opened up a little bit more to try to make sure that we're getting everything that we can out of these warm audiences, even with the smaller size. So that's it, guys. As we continue in this wonderful new saga, we will keep you updated. We're turning up our testing efforts like never before. We're building out so many different dashboards to understand micro level insights like never before, taking back control, and I'm gonna keep you updated here as we learn.